Alright, I know we've kind of already laid this plan out for you guys a little bit in some of the previous videos, but here at One Goose Garage, we're up to like plan Z or Y. We got to be getting close to the end of the alphabet here. So, current plan, as Adam is on vacation again, is this car, since it has a bad transmission, we would like to take the transmission out of that car and put it into this car and run this car on, boy, it would be not this Sunday but the next Sunday. Current plan. That car would run with the Honda that I didn't get to run on Sunday. So we're like, what, 11 days away from when the transmission out of that car needs to go into that car and be ready to run. That's a job that I'm sure I could probably start fumbling with, but I think that's going to be better for two people to be here. So I am going to start working on the backup plan, which is this car that we haven't really mentioned a whole lot yet. That way, if we don't end up having enough time to get the transmission out of this car into that one, the Honda can still run with this new car. So let's take a look at it. I haven't actually seen underneath this thing. We were literally, it was a $100 car, so we drove down, picked it up, and that was it. I have been told this car has a tranny leak because with the way our tranny problems have been going, why wouldn't it? However, the gentleman that I purchased it from, he said that he drove it from Madison to Stevens Point, which for you that don't live in Wisconsin, it's a couple hour haul. And he stopped to put fluid in it once, and it never gave him any issues. So I'm hoping that means that it'll get us through a derby without us having to fix a tranny pan that's leaking. Try to keep Adam from messing with it, and hopefully she'll stay good enough. This thing's pretty clean. They actually cleaned it out relatively well, so I don't know that we're going to find anything too exciting. Hey, keys. Keys are good. Owner's manual. Let's see if there's anything in the trunk. It does run really well. He had it running for me when I was there. It does have a dead battery, so I tried to start it back up right after we parked it, and that was a no-go, but that's alright. We got lots of batteries. Let's see. Trunk works in this one. Holy hell, that thing's clean too. Aw, hell, and no donut. Trunk pan looks alright though. She looks relatively clean back there, huh guys? Not too bad. As I'm sure you saw when we were walking up, the rockers are once again pretty much gone. I don't know how well we're going to be able to see underneath this thing. She's not exactly a tall car, but let me send you guys under there and see if you can see. That doesn't look too bad once you get past the rockers. So, that's a good sign. I mean, bad rockers doesn't mean anything if you're putting a decent cage in a car. The only time I ever really worry about bad rockers is if you're running like our gut and go class, and you want to make sure that you have that seat bar in, because with the bad rockers, that door can be more susceptible to separating and coming inside. So, I like to be able to make sure that you have at least a seat bar. But I mean, this is getting built to Crash Crazy rules, so it'll have a 4-point cage in it, like we normally do. I do have some rules videos that we have shot. I'll try to get those up shortly after this. Let's pop the hood. Because just in case you guys haven't seen underneath the hood of a Cavalier in all of our freaking Cavalier builds. A little bit of rust there. That ain't gonna hurt nobody. Yep, there she is. 2200 non-eco, which is what we always look for. We really prefer not to run the Ecotec if we don't have to. So, real similar build to the one that's on the trailer. That's a 2-door, so actually this is a almost identical build. It's even the same color as that one. If you remember, this is the car that this is one of the first cars that we built on YouTube. That's the one that we found a frozen chicken in. Strangely enough, we found a knife on the strut tower in that car and on the Cavalier that's in the garage right now. I didn't see any knives on this one, so that's good. But we've had some Cavaliers on One Goose Garage, and that'll probably continue. They're a nice, easy, quick, simple build. We've done all right with them in the small car class. Obviously, small car is dominated by Camrys, but that's all right with me. I like the Cavaliers. We'll probably keep running those, and they're easier to find, honestly. I mean, in the 3 that we have here now, this car I believe we paid $200 for. Still had the converter on it. That car I paid $100 for, and the one in the garage was $160. Still had the converter on it. So, I mean, they're cheap cars. We don't try to spend a ton of money. Obviously, we'll pay a little bit more for nice clean Luminas, but and the old stuff. We've got a hell of a collection back here, huh, guys? I know this was supposed to be an intro video on that car, but look at this. We've got the Unicorn, which was a Lumina, the Mercury Sable wagon, old body style, still got the steel core support, Adams S10, a Honda, the newer body style Ford Taurus that I used as the Eve car, the 64 Olds 88, and that would be Blake's late 90s, early 2000s new body style Taurus wagon, 65 Olds 98, the big old boat, awesome car, love this thing. I got a surprise coming for that one. The 75 Catalina, 68 T-Bird, 94 square body Lumina, Bubble Lumina, fresh, that's the Mad Dog Trophy, Buick Electra, that's a 77, and my early 90s Ford Ranger. Cavalier, 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 oh, and a Chevy Prism. We don't build just one kind of car here on One Goose Garage. We've got a little bit of every damn thing, it seems. Not to mention, throwing an AMC on the back of a Lumina. So we hope you guys enjoy all the random stuff that we build. It would be so much easier to just build nothing but Cavaliers and Luminas, and then just keep swapping from spot to spot to spot. But I like running the unique stuff. This Honda's really cool. I'm really looking forward to actually being able to give that thing a good run. All these old cars for Boscobel, I think that's going to be an awesome show. So I want to be a part of it. So we've got some old cars. But it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a fun rest of the season. We appreciate you guys following along as always. Get Ghost.